Welcome once again back to the lab. It is your old Professor Pilkin. Yes, we've got to talk ranked battles. If you haven't been doing ranked battles, you're missing out on some of the evolution stones and, frankly, a ton of really awesome rewards. As you can see, I'm currently rank A. It did not take that long to obtain. It actually really was not that big of a deal if you follow a few basic steps. You really need to know what this season is all about. But before we do that, let's talk rewards and why you need to do this. So first things first, rewards. With the last season, which ran up basically to a couple days ago, Season 1 was, they were giving out the Greninjite, and I think you had to get to rank K or something to get there. It was kind of brutal, I won't lie. Like, you had to fight for that sucker. Greninjite now is really easy. Rank Y, you're going to get that. And I kind of get the feeling they might do that going forward, where all the old stones just become incredibly easy to acquire. Currently is the Delphoxite that you're actually able to acquire that will allow you to evolve your Delphox. So, you really want to do that. Now, you need to attain rank S. Rank S is not that bad. If you did the prior season, you know, leveling up was pretty easy if you were able to get first. But this season, it seems like they not the difficulty so much, but it just seems like your points don't go nearly as far. But to elaborate a little bit further here, if you get A rank like I'm at, you get a Dream Ball, you get a Gold Bottle Cap. That's really important. We'll talk about that here in a moment. 3 regular Bottle Caps, the Seeds of Mastery, which are great for teaching all those plus moves, and a big Nugget. And even once you get to B tier, you get Dream Ball, Gold Bottle Caps, all kinds of stuff. And every tier you go up, you're going to get more and more and more stuff. And let me rephrase that, because that's actually the end of season ranking rewards. But some of those rewards you actually do get along the way as well. So it really does pay to do PvP. You do have to have Nintendo Online, I know, but let's be fair, this is predominantly kind of what the game has been catering to. Now, as far as banned Pokemon, there currently is only one banned Pokemon, and that is Zygarde. You cannot use Zygarde in the current round of play. Obviously, they do want you to use Delphox, so they have unbanned Delphox, Xerneas, and Yveltal, and Diancie, who we literally just got. If you don't know how to get Diancie, go watch my video on it. I dropped one the other day, and it shows you everything you need to know to get Diancie. All 3 of these are actually really popular, especially Xerneas, but there's a lot of Xerneas and a lot of Diancie in the current realm of PvP. So if you want to know how to be competitive, I'll show you the team that I'm using. And trust me, there's more to it than just the team. So to put it real bluntly, this is the team that I'm using, and this team has been off the chain. However, one slight omission here, I was actually up to this point using Garchomp, and we are actually to swap Garchomp out. The big reason that I liked Garchomp, number 1, was because he had access to Earthquake. Number 2, he's a pretty vicious mon when he is Mega Evolved. But here's the thing. With the sheer number of Xerneas that I see running around, it really, especially in the upper ranks, it becomes a liability to have him on the team. However, Metagross has access to Earthquake, which is really, really, really good. And then any Steel move you have is going to be absolutely deadly when it comes to facing Xerneas. So obviously that's the other reason for Lucario. Now, Absol is really, really quick, so I put the Quick Claw on him. I know I don't have him Mega Evolving, and there's a big reason for that. In the at least current meta, speed isn't a major factor, but he is a very fast Pokemon. And just upping their speed stat really only changes the cooldown. It doesn't change a whole heck of a lot about the rest of the game. So when it comes to Absol, getting him Mega Evolved hasn't been a huge factor. What I use him for is basically a finisher. I either come in with, well, I'll show you his moveset, and we'll talk about that. So specifically for Absol, the main reason that I'm using him here, and I'll have to get a little smaller so I can show you all his moves. So moveset-wise, I'm using Night Slash and Quick Attack as my 2 really fast attacks. Also Shadow Claw, because that's got a high crit chance. Now, Night Slash is the only one here that's stab, but the whole point in Quick Attack is just to knock them down to their, like, I don't know, just kind of leering, or you could use them as a finisher, I hate to say it, but a kill stealer if you see somebody that's just on the brink, or somebody that is knocking a whole bunch of people out that's, like, maybe teetering on the edge of you know, whatever. go in with a quick attack or go in with an Ice Slash. Both of those are really fast moves. Shadow Claw, I haven't used it a whole lot, but in theory it could be really good. It's got a high crit rate. It's just more type coverage. But Perish Song is rude because you have a few seconds then to swap out your Pokemon. And if somebody's got a Mega Evolved Pokemon out, remember, they cannot Mega Evolve another Pokemon. So what Perish Song forces them to do is either take the L or swap out that Pokemon. And once they swap out that Pokemon, that might be their last swap. You get a limited number of swaps. It's a very rude move, but it's been a lot of fun, and it has been a game changer at this point in time. Now, we should talk Lucario, because Lucario is fantastic. Now, mine's a little bit of a glass cannon, but I do have the moves Thunder Punch and Ice Punch on him, so I do want some physical attack. But also, Flash Cannon and Aura Sphere are like your two biggest attacks, and the best part about them is they're ranged attacks. So you can just shoot Flash Cannon or Aura Sphere off from the other side of the arena and really do some damage, especially when it comes to Xerneas and those types of Pokemon. But Thunder Punch and Ice Punch have been really good for all the flying type Pokemon that have been kind of a nightmare lately. So, and I haven't talked EV training. With Absol, I went into HP mostly because there's a mixture of physical and special attacking. So I went mostly HP on him. But however, on Lucario, I didn't go into any defense at all. I went all special attack and physical attack. And you'll notice that I actually have a mint on him that gives him special attack up, but defense down. Now, that is a little bit in his detriment, and I actually probably should change that to speed down rather than defense down. But I haven't noticed it been a huge issue, because like I said, most of what he's doing isn't defensive-wise. If I need defense, I either swap in Absol, let him take some damage, or I bring out Garchomp or Metagross, and both those can soak up damage like crazy. So he is more of just, like I said, more of a glass cannon roll. Like I said, EV-wise, special attack, physical attack has been really good for me. Now, EV-wise over on Absol, I went, like I said, HP and attack. Now we need to talk about Metagross and, frankly, how to do this, because my Metagross I literally just acquired. So we're going to walk through the steps real quick of getting them up to basically where they need to be. So with Metagross, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go all in with Iron Head, Earthquake, Psycho Cut, and Explosion. Now, Explosion might seem counterintuitive, and it kind of is a little bit. It puts you at a little bit of a disadvantage. But if he's down in HP, if he's like going to get taken out any minute, you can take out a lot of Pokemon in a very close region. It is a very toxic move. You do put yourself at a bit of a disadvantage because you are then at some point going to have to go back and basically feint to get your Pokemon back. Now, I always say short-term loss, long-term gain, and I believe in that strategy here because if I'm up, I've got 9-10 wins. What's one loss if I'm going to go in there and get 4 more wins? So you really have to think about those types of strategies. And if you guys have followed any of my raid builds, in fact, we got the raid build coming out later today for Hydreigon on Scarlet and Violet, I'm about high risk, high reward. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You can get rid of Explosion, and you can either put on Reflect, which I don't think he needs, or Iron Defense. I've seen a lot of those strategies out there. I'm a little higher risk, and that's why I went with that build. Now, we do need to talk about EVs and IVs when it comes to this Pokemon. Now, I went ahead and I went out and found myself an Alpha. You can go back into the cafe that goes into the Underground Labyrinth laboratory, and you can actually hunt for an Alpha. You can even shiny hunt down there, and I have a whole video if you guys want to see on that. Let me know later on and we can drop that. But Alphas do exist down there, and they're rare. It took like an hour to locate one, but I did find an Alpha. And the best part about having an Alpha is your Alphas come with 3 maxed out stats. So you'll see here that I have special attack, defense, and speed all maxed out. Also, HP is all the way maxed out. So half of your EV training and half of your IV training is already done. So what we need to do now is we need to go train him the rest of the way up. And to do that, I'm going to have to go get an Animate Mint, I'm going to have to go Hyper Train him, and I'm going to have to go get some of the items to increase his physical EVs. So let's do that real fast. Now, first things first, we want to correct that mint. You can see I can fly to the Sushi High Roller over here, and then once we've done that, we can actually go to a shop where we can buy those mints. So just kind of go around the corner here, and go to this flower shop right here, and I'll be able to buy an Adamant Mint. Now, Adamant Mint will lower his special attack, but I'm all physical attacking on him. I don't have any special moves on him whatsoever. So, honestly, for me, that's going to be the best way to do that. So once I've acquired that, then I can go in my satchel, and I can just go find my Adamant Mint. And there it is. Actually, I had a few. And I'll use this item on Metagross, and that will change his stats. So now when we go in and we view him, we will see that his speed is down, defense is up. Maybe I didn't do it right. Let's try that again. Take 2. Oh, see, yeah. I must not have clicked. There we go. Now we'll see it right. I didn't click it right. There we go. There we go. So special attack is down, but physical attack is up. That's the build that I want. I don't want to reduce any defense. I don't want to reduce the special defense. You could ultimately go with something that reduces his speed while increasing his attack. That might be a better option for him, but I don't want to reduce that cooldown at this point. I'd rather have that. So this is the build I personally am going with. But that's, my flavor of the beast. The next thing you want to do is you want to get some protein, or at least that's for this build is what I'm going with. So, I'd like to do some shopping here at the Pokemon Center. Buy. And then I basically want to go here to protein. I have 2 of them. I need 26. So I'm just going to buy, 30 of them. There we go. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward stuff. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go into my satchel, go over here, and then my protein will be right here. So, we'll use this item. Oop, I only did 11 there. Now his physical attack will be all the way up, and I can just go ahead and give this to him to increase his defense just a tiny bit more. So there we go. Now he should be pretty well good. The only thing we need to do now is fix those IVs. So, see, his HP is decent, his attack is decent, and his special defense is decent. We need to fix that. But as far as the rest of his stats go, he's fantastic. He's as good as he's going to get. So, let's go ahead and hyper train him real quick. And to do that, all we're going to do is we're going to fly over here to the Justice Dojo, and there's actually someone you could talk to in here that will actually be able to help you with that. So, go over here to her. She says hyper training. That's awesome. Let's do it. Now, you've got an option here. We're going to do Metagross. Now, you've got an option here where you could use gold bottle caps or regular bottle caps. Don't do gold when you have an alpha, because 3 stats should already be maxed out. Gold really comes in handy when you have 6 or more stats that you need to max out, but you can't have more than that. 6 stats you need to max out, but when you have an alpha, just do regular bottle caps. And I'm going to start my training, and that'll be that. He will be all maxed out. Nope, we're good there. And then if you really want to get crazy, you can go over here and you can actually give her Seeds of Mastery, and we can work on our plus moves. So, I can turn Earthquake into a plus move. Apparently that's the only one he needs, so bam. So now he'll be as good as he could possibly get. Obviously, I do need to level him up a little bit, but that's not going to matter because they're all base level when they're in PvP. So there you guys go. That is how you build an absolutely just amazing team right now. So, let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And if you guys try out my team, let me know how it felt for you. Because, frankly, I like it. But remember, Metagross your DPS, Lucario's a good backup. And honestly, when it comes to Absol, Absol's for those last little finishing jabs. Like, share, all the good stuff. And I'll be back with a lot more coming up here real soon.